Star Wars fans, what if I told you by the end of The Mandalorian Season 3, Boba Fett will be sitting on the throne of Mandalore? Not Din Djarin, not Bo Katan, Boba Fett. What's up guys, it's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars here. This is how Boba Fett will actually become the ruler of Mandalore. So there are a few things that need to happen to be the rightful ruler of Mandalore. And Mandalore is a planet that you don't get voted in, you are an heir to the throne. Another way to have a right to that throne is to have the Darksaber. Now we know Din Djarin has the Darksaber right now. And of course the third thing is this person actually has to want to rule Mandalore. Din Djarin doesn't seem to have any want in the world to actually want to rule Mandalore. Bo Katan clearly does. She wants to rule Mandalore so badly that she would do anything to get back to the throne. So how does Boba Fett fit into all this? How is he the rightful ruler of Mandalore? How is he going to get the Darksaber, and does he even want to rule? By the end of this video, I can guarantee you that you will be thinking that Boba Fett is definitely going to be sitting on the throne by the end of Mandalorian Season 3. So to start off, is Boba Fett actually the rightful heir to the throne? This is actually a 100% yes, and it was made canon in The Mandalorian Season 2 that this is a 100% yes, that he is the rightful heir to that throne. We see this in The Mandalorian Season 2 after Boba Fett has come and helped Din Djarin fight those stormtroopers, and the way that he explains to Din that this is his armor is by showing him the code inside. In that code inside, we see the name Jango Fett, who is of course Boba Fett's dad, and Jaster Mereel. Now, to understand why Boba Fett is the rightful ruler to the throne, you have to understand who is Jaster Mereel. Now, a long time ago, this guy named Jaster Mereel was the ruler of Mandalore. All the Mandalorian clans, he was the ruler of them. Until one day, a clan called Death Watch decided to start a civil war. Now, this civil war went on for years, but at one point, the Death Watch attacks this small farm, and the whole family dies except for the boy. Now, that boy was Jango Fett, and Jaster Mereel comes in and saves Jango Fett and takes him in as his own son. And Jaster trains Jango to be the heir to the throne because Jaster doesn't have any kids, so Jango is the rightful heir. Many years later, when Jaster dies in the Battle of Korta 6 by the Death Watch, Jango does not want to stay in this war, and Jango Fett actually becomes a bounty hunter. And we know what happens in the prequels. They use Jango's body to create all of the clone army, and he actually gets his own unaltered clone named Boba Fett that doesn't age rapidly like the other clones. He's a normal clone. So the reason that Boba Fett is the rightful ruler to the throne of Mandalore is because his father, Jango Fett's father, Jaster Mereel, was the ruler of Mandalore. So the second thing was the Darksaber. Now we know Din Djarin has the Darksaber, Bo Katan really wants the Darksaber, but Boba Fett doesn't seem to have any urge to go get the Darksaber. Now maybe just out of the right to rule alone, Boba Fett becomes the ruler of Mandalore, but I don't think so. I think he's going to have to either fight Din Djarin for the Darksaber or even Bo Katan. Now the only interaction we've seen between Boba Fett and Bo Katan was in The Mandalorian Season 2, when Bo Katan was saying that he doesn't deserve to wear the Mandalorian armor, he's just a clone, he doesn't deserve it at all, and Boba Fett was not so nice to her either, pulling out his flamethrower almost immediately. So the tension between Boba Fett and Bo Katan is already there, but the tension between Din Djarin and Boba is non-existent. They seem to be friends. So having Boba take the Darksaber from Din Djarin doesn't really make sense. But if Din Djarin loses to Bo Katan in battle because the Darksaber needs to be won in combat, then maybe Boba Fett will take it from Bo Katan. And the last and most important thing, especially for Boba Fett, is the want to rule. We know Bo Katan definitely wants to sit on that throne, and Din Djarin doesn't really seem to want to sit on that throne. But why would Boba Fett want to be on the throne of Mandalore in the first place? Well, you have to remember back to the book of Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett is a completely different character than the guy we saw in the original trilogy, the bounty hunter. And why is that? Because he fell into the Sarlacc pit and almost died. Now, this near-death experience, him crawling his way out of the Sarlacc pit and training with the Tusken Raiders and figuring out what a family actually means, is the reasoning that Boba Fett will want the throne. He knows what it's like to be part of a family now. He wants to be a ruler of a family now. That's why he took the throne from Bib Fortuna on Tatooine, because of course we know Jabba the Hutt died to Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi, and Bib Fortuna was the heir to that throne, and Boba Fett comes in and kills Bib Fortuna and takes the throne of Tatooine. So the Book of Boba Fett was pretty much setting up the fact that Boba Fett wants to rule. He wants to be the ruler of Tatooine right now, but is it possible that he also wants to be the ruler of the Mandalorians and the ruler of Mandalore itself? Do you think this is even possible? Do you think that Boba Fett will actually get the Darksaber from Din or even Bo-Katan? And do you think that he actually wants to leave Tatooine, leave Jabba's nice palace, and come to a destroyed Mandalore to rebuild it, even though he is just a clone of a Mandalorian who was just a foundling? Tell me in the comments below what you think. Do you think Boba Fett will be in The Mandalorian Season 3, and do you think he will come for the throne? Smash like if you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Whether Boba Fett wants the throne or not, we will find out on March 1st, because that's when The Mandalorian Season 3 starts. That's right around the corner, so stick around. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, and may the Force be with you always.